one of their stores, okay, or they'll have our controller on every helicopter that they sell. We have a licensing agreement. We get 5% royalty on every one of these that come out on the market. We have an exclusive contract with them. Our first payment from this was $30,000. We're going to teach you how to develop licensing agreements and everything. This is the box. The box in Radio Shack, and this is our invention. Okay, we're very proud of that. My name is Clayton Gallagher. The name of our group here is called the TFH Unlimited Inventors Club. TFH stands for Technology from Heaven, and we're a faith-based organization. We pray, and the good Lord gives us our ideas, and we give Him all the credit and all the glory. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our success stories, and then we're going to get into a description of our 8-step program. We're all part of a bigger organization called Hope for Homeless Youth. Works with all the runaway, homeless, throwaway kids, run away from home to the inner city, get into a lot of trouble, get into drugs, gangs, street prostitution, live on the streets, and we give hope to those kids, and we bring them together. All the funding that comes in through our inventions or from our Inventors Club all goes into a nonprofit trust fund and is used to buy buildings and do outreaches and do sheltering, rehabilitation, giving kids a second chance. It goes into teaching them some life skills, such as learning the computer, getting their GEDs, learning how to do marketing, and just basic skills that will help them to get their lives together. That's a little bit of history about our program. We have 5 different facilities. We have a 40-acre ranch in Colorado. We're part of the Dream Center here in Los Angeles. We have 35 rooms here. We've been here 15 years. We're opening up another facility down in South Central LA that'll be part of our workshop. It's a 6,000 square foot building, and we have another couple homes, one up in La Crescenta above Glendale for teenagers and transitional living for those getting their lives together, and then we have another home out in Tahunga. So that's a little bit about our history. Our organization is about 25 years old, and so on. That's a little history about our organization. I'm going to do a little bit of history on our success stories, and tell you a little bit about our success stories. As a consortium, we're made up of a group of aerospace engineers from NASA and other electronics engineers. We're grouped together with a number of patent lawyers, and the patent lawyers donate their time and help us get our patents. Our own group within ourselves, we have 9 patents that we have, and we have sold 11 toy products or concepts we've licensed to other companies, such as Interactive Toy Concepts. We have over 300 household items, okay, baby care items that we've invented, cell phone products that we've invented, and so on. We want to go over some of our success stories. One member of our Inventors Club, Elliot Riddell, and he also runs a company called Riddell Design. You can Google him. And he has 70 patents. This is one of his success stories. It's called Upwards. This board game is sold in almost every department store. This game has done $130 million. $130 million is what has been done on this. And Elliot, he's used this game to fund a lot of underprivileged kids of the inner city. He's used it to help a whole lot of orphans in India, and just done a whole lot of work for humanity through his funding that he has made on this one board game. All together with the members of our club and ourselves, we have 79 patents. We have made over $200 million worth of products that we've invented and marketed. That's the gross income on those products. And anyway, we've just seen some great things happening. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about a few of our other success stories. I suppose about 4 years ago, we started working with radio controlled toys, and we wanted to have something that was virtual reality that really put the kid in the driver's seat. This is the old-fashioned way that a person would control a radio control toy here with the toggles for your thumbs. All right, what we developed is a whole new way and patented a way where a kid could feel like he is in the cockpit of a plane. And so we've developed and patented the attitudinal sensors that go inside a lot of different devices. This is one that controls an airplane. And our most recent one here is a joystick. This item here will now be sold in all the Radio Shacks next month. And this is a product that we licensed to a very large company called Interactive Toy Concepts. They actually sold 800,000 of their helicopter just last year. They're probably the world's largest manufacturer now of a indoor patented helicopter, and very possibly next year they'll have our controller in every one of their stores. Okay, or they'll have our controller on every one of their helicopters that they sell. We have a licensing agreement. We get 5% royalty on every one of these that come out on the market. We have an exclusive contract with them. Our first payment from this company was $30,000, and we're going to teach you how to kind of develop some licensing agreements and everything. This is the box that it comes in. You can look for the box in Radio Shack, and this is our invention. Okay, and we're very proud of that in a good way. Let's see. Next year we'll have. We've also licensed one of these that controls an F-22 Raptor, right? That flies and does stunts and everything. The way this works is I have a dual control here. I can control this with my a thumb toggle. I can flip a switch up here, and I can control it by attitudinal motion of the body. I pull back, the helicopter will go backwards, forward, to the right, to the left. Whatever I do with my hand, that's where the helicopter is going to fly, and my tongue there is my throttle, all right? And it gives a whole new dimension of feel that a kid is actually in the cockpit of a F-22 Raptor or the cockpit of a Apache helicopter, and so on. And so we're very excited about how the success of this particular product. Okay, this was one of the first early prototypes we built of the model that we first showed the owner of the company, Interactive Toy. That goes back about 2.5 years ago, right? And now it's developed into this one that's now will be sold probably in Walmart, Toys R Us. Every major department store will be carrying this particular item next year. And as we said, in September, which is next month, 2009, it will be in every Radio Shack, probably even around the world. I want to talk about a couple other products that we've had success for. This is a product that we actually have a patent on this with 13 claims. Here actually is the patent on this particular item, and this thing flies like a helicopter, but it is encased by a net, and it gives a helicopter a whole new dimension. All right, turns it into a flying machine, and we've actually been offered by a home shopping network called QVC the option of them writing us what's called a purchase order for 250,000 of these. We've taken this to China and got different prices on making this item in China. Another item that has been successful for us, we have a patent on this. This is a hands-free phone holder. This is one of our first patents that we got here, and it's simply a strap that has a couple pieces of Velcro around it, and it attaches to a cell phone. It attaches to a cordless phone, and you can actually wear your phone hands-free, so your hands are free to drive your car, do your work, whatever it might be. And that's this particular item we didn't license, but we tooled up for this item. We built the dies, we punched out the item, and we paid for a web page, all right? And we actually sold this one through a website on the internet, and we sold it through trade shows, all right? But we did approximately $10,000 on this item here. That's a little bit about our success stories here that we've had. We were offered actually by Interactive Toy Company, which is $100 million. We were offered a contract on a machine gun cap gun on that one. They even sent our prototype to Hong Kong. That was all a done deal, but we actually on our own accord, we turned that down. We felt it just wasn't in sync with the whole scenario of violence and working with kids that come out in gangs and stuff. And here we're marketing a machine gun cap gun, and so because of the whole potential and the idea of violence in kids and stuff like that, it wasn't an item that we felt we wanted to put on the market. So that's a little bit of our success story. Again, I'll sum it up as a consortium of all our inventors put together on our club. We've easily marketed over $130 million, probably be more like $140 million worth of merchandise. And we hold, I think it is 79 patents now, if I count all our patents all together with all members of the club. And we've marketed, I think it's 85, successfully marketed 85 different items, or sold licensing for 85 different items, okay? So we have a good amount of experience and success behind our whole program that we're doing here. After becoming successful, what happened to us is we began to have quite a flow of individuals coming to us and say, look, I've got an idea, I've got an invention, I have no idea what to do with it. I'm afraid it'll get stolen, which it might, and if I show it to somebody, and so they basically do nothing with it. So because of that, they don't know how to protect the idea, they don't know how to do a test market on the idea. A lot of people want to go out and get a patent, but the truth is that 95% of all patents never make it to the marketplace. They're just wasted time and wasted money. 95% of all patents, and they cost, you know, anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 to get a patent. So we've developed a basic plan which can actually be affordable, all right? So for under $300 with a basic membership, a one-year membership, we can present a way that a person can do basic patent searches. They can file for their own what's called a provisional patent, which will give them 1 year of protection while they can show their product, learn how to fill out non-disclosures, learn how to do a test market survey to see if anybody will buy their idea before they go to all the time and money to get patents and try to even build up and make expensive prototypes of that product. And the most important part is how to find a buyer, and then how to get a meeting with that buyer so you can demonstrate your working prototype or your DVD of that working prototype to that buyer without him stealing your idea, okay? And that's what we want to, and that's what our program will teach you how to do it, all right? We're not going to do it for you, but we're going to be your coach in our whole 8-step program. Some people do come to us and they say, look, we don't want to do the patent search, and so we do a patent search for people, and we get a donation to our charity for doing a patent search. I think it's $200. Some people come to us and say, we don't want to file for a provisional patent, okay? And so we will do all the filing for a provisional patent and the form work and pay the filing fee. And I think we get a $250 donation to our charity, again, to do all the filing work for the provisional patent. We'll also go out and do a test market survey, and I'll explain to you how we do that. And we can do that for people as well, and I think we get a donation of $150 to do a whole test market survey with evaluations and documentation to back that up, okay? But the whole program is more designed with us coaching you and helping you to become successful the way we become successful. Basically, we're going to teach you what has made us successful as an inventors club. All right, now I'm going to change gears. I'm going to start to go through our 8-step program. This is summarized in our manual, okay? This is summarized in our manual here. And with your inventors kit, you're going to get a manual. It may be broken down into some 3-ring binders. And with your membership, you're going to get a very important book called your Inventors Workbook or your Inventors Logbook. Very, very important. We're going to talk how to use that and why this thing is incredibly essential as an inventor. And every inventor must keep a accurate account of his or her invention and establish the date of invention, priority date, and this will be actually upheld in a court of law. All right, and so we'll talk about that as we go along. Okay, let's go through our 8-step program here. You can turn in your logbook if you've gotten it in the mail, and you're probably listening to this because you have purchased a membership, a 1-year membership of our Inventors Club. All right, so we're going to go down the list. I'm just going to summarize it here. The name of our manual is How to Sell Your Invention or Idea for Cash. This is an 8-step program on how to protect and market your creative idea, how to conduct a patent search, and selling your idea or invention to the marketplace for royalties or cash. The following 8-step program is what we have found successful in selling all of our inventions, collecting royalties, which we are collecting now, and obtaining all the patents that we've obtained at this point. The first thing is how to protect your idea. Probably before I even go into how to protect your idea, well, let's just go ahead and start with how to protect your idea. All right, there used to be a method a lot of people talk about called the poor man's patent, where you would put your idea in an envelope and you would set it on the shelf and you'd mail it back to yourself, registered mail, and those are no longer valid anymore. In fact, what happened was people would just take an empty envelope, mail it back to themselves, and then 2 or 3 years later they would put their invention in it, all right? And it gave them a fraudulent date of their patent, and the courts realized that, and so all those are thrown out of the courts now. They're not accepted in a court of law. Well, what is accepted now is a few different mediums. One is your Inventor's Logbook. This is the cheapest means that you can protect your patent and your idea. I'll simply show you a little bit how to use it. It's very simple. In your logbook, on the left side of the page, you want to write a description of your patent. You want to write from the far left to the far right. You don't want to leave any spaces. Every time you make an entry, you want to put the date at the very beginning of it. Put your social security number. At the end of each entry, you want to sign your name, okay? And then you want to have 1 to 2 witnesses that understand your product right in there, that they observe your product, they know how it works, they agree to keep it confidential, and that they will put their name, their social security in there, and they will sign it, and they'll be ready to make an appearance in a court of law if anybody takes your idea. Again, it's very important to know that in the patent law of the United States, it's the first to invent and prove in a court of law that he or she is the first inventor that gets the right to an invention. All right, did you hear what I said? It's not actually the first to patent a product. In other words, if you have invented and entered and kept log records and can prove in a court of law that you were the first to invent, you can prove diligence, which prove that you continually worked on your product, which means that you're going to make an entry here probably once a month of some kind, even if it's 1 sentence. You can prove that you were the first to invent, then you will actually get the right to an invention, even if somebody has a patent. So this is only true with American patent law. Not any of the foreign patent law follows the same law. And that's why it's life and death importance that you keep accurate records and fill out your inventor's logbook. You'll see a little bit of how we've done. We glue our pictures and write up our diagrams on the left-hand side, which is actually the even numbers, and then we do all of our entry on the odd numbers pages, just like this. And so there's no spaces. This is a bound book, which pages cannot be removed, pages cannot be added. And this book is upheld, again, in a court of law. And I guess that's about all I can say about the inventor's logbook. It's very easy to keep, and it does prove, again, the priority date, which is the date of invention, and it does prove diligence, that you have not abandoned your product and you are continuing to work on it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let one of my assistants kind of clear the table here, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the provision patent for another good means of protection of your product. All right, the provisional patent is a way of, in a formal way of registering your invention and in its description with the Patent and Trademark Office. They will keep that description for 1 year. They don't look at that invention, but it is filed and kept on file for 1 year. At the end of the 1 year, they're going to, that becomes the end of that filing. Now, what that does is it establishes your priority date, the date that you filed the provisional patent. However, you can file that again, all right? At the end of 1 year, you can pay the fee again. However, you will lose that original priority date, the date of your invention. So what we do is we do the combination